Yeah! Oh yeah! Welcome one and all to the GamezAttack podcast! Episode 61. This is the Summer Game Fest 2025 aftermath, folks. Now let's turn our music off here. Woo! Yeah! Oh yeah, had to do that. Oh, wow. This is... Summer Game Fest has come. It has gone. The state of play has come. It has gone. And Xbox Showcase come and gone. Everything's come and gone. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. All the aftermath of the Summer Game Fest. We're going to also talk stuff about the state of play. A bit about the Xbox ROG Ally behind me, or should I say, sorry folks, the ROG Xbox Ally. I don't like how they said that name. I don't know who came up with that name. I don't know if it's the Asus that did that, or it was a Microsoft Xbox thing. Whoever named that, I'm just telling you right now, rename it. Make it the Xbox ROG Ally. It rolls off the tongue better. Not ROG Xbox Ally. Or ROG Xbox Ally X. Horrible naming. Make it Xbox ROG Ally or Xbox ROG Ally X, and then you got yourself a winner there. Winner, chicken dinner, as they would say. Before we start this show officially, though, which it has already started, I am putting a timer down on this because we got a lot to talk about, a lot for me to get into. I don't want to get into too much. I'm going to talk a little bit, probably non-game-ish stuff, but I want to make sure I get not a small show, but I don't want to balloon the show out. I know I got a lot to talk about. We probably won't get through everything, but I want to see if I can get I've got a timer here on my phone. I want to see if I can get this podcast in at an hour and 45 minutes. So I put an hour and 45 minutes on my screen, as you can see here on my cool Razer phone. And I am going to start it when I start talking about stuff. And we'll see if I make it to the hour and 45 minutes, or if it does go to 2 hours, whoopie-doo-dah. But I want to see if I can crunch myself up and not over-talk about stuff. You know, it's a little training, a little podcast training for myself, because like I said, this is a weekly podcast, folks, so we'll be doing this every week, and I don't want to have super long every week podcasts because people probably don't want to listen to super long podcasts every week. But if there's news and whatnot going on, I would like to provide it for all of you, and I would like to provide a nice, decent runtime for a podcast going forward. That's in theory. That's why I'm doing it weekly, so I don't have 3+ hour podcasts going out every 2 weeks. Plus, we get the latest news, which I've been looking up some latest news stuff. Nothing too fancy, but I got a few extra stories and stuff. But we'll get into as much as we can get into. I'll talk about whatever I can actually talk about, and we'll kick it off now. So I'm starting the timer now, and here we go. Hour 44 minutes and 56 seconds on the clock as we go. So it was my birthday weekend. Saturday was my birthday, June 14th. Started my vacation as well. Having a great fun time with all of that. Got to do some relaxing. I still did stuff, but I got to relax. Didn't play super a lot of games yet, but I am going to probably later today, tonight, maybe, and definitely tomorrow. And then I got the rest of the week, which I got a few little things going on, but I'm going to do a lot more gaming. I did go outside and do some more gaming on my deck porch, though, with my ROG Ally, my ROG Ally Extreme here, as you can see here, this beautiful baby. So I've been doing a good amount of gaming on it. I just want to play through some of my back catalog, have some fun with that, get through that, because there'll be more cool games coming up shortly. Also, tomorrow, Tuesday, because I'm recording this today on the day of the podcast on Monday. Tuesday, I'm actually going to be going to the movies. I think I'm going to go twice this week. We'll see, because I wanted to go see more than 2 movies, but I'm like, Movies are expensive, especially if I'm buying a popcorn and a soda. And yes, sorry, I, Mr. Mike, have to have my popcorn and soda. And I can't just have a regular popcorn and soda. I got to have a giant tub of popcorn. Now, a small soda, yes, because I don't want to piss myself. And the small sodas are kind of large, so I don't really need to get anything more than a small soda at the theater. But I do need my tub of popcorn. So, and I will be refilling that sucker as well. But, I'm going to go see a couple movies this week. I chose How to Train Your Dragon, the live action, not remake, but yeah, kind of remake. I don't know. What do you want to call it? It's the live action version of How to Train Your Dragon. It looked really cool. I am very interested in it. A lot of people say it's really good. So I'm going to go see that tomorrow, Tuesday, probably early, like 11 a.m. I like to see movies sometimes very early if I can. I'm excited. That's going to be a great movie. I wanted to see Ballerina. That's the John Wick spin-off film that they did. But the problem with that is they don't have many showings for it, which I'm like, why in the fuck not? If it's doing well in theaters, why is my local Regal theater only have like 2 showings for it going on? And the 2 showings are like late afternoon, and this is for a regular showing. I'm not going to see RXT or TRX or all that other stuff. I'm not going to go see an IMAX thing. I just want to see the standard movie like I want to do in my theater, and they only have 2 showings, and then one's like at almost 4 o'clock, and the other one's like 7 or 8 at night, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go that late to the movies. The latest I go to the movies is like 1:30, 2-ish if I have to, if I'm going right after work or something. But if I'm off, I wanted to see it early, and I don't have that opportunity. So it's not a big bummer because, we live in the age of the digital age where I could just buy a Blu-ray of it, a HDR Blu-ray of it down the road, which I'm sure it'll come out sooner than later because these movies come out faster now on Blu-rays and stuff. And I know people are going to say, but you're going to see it in the theater. I'm like, I got a giant super screen in my house, in my living room with surround sound, and I can make my own fresh batch of popcorn, and I could drink tea or whatever else I want or eat whatever I want, and I can pause the movie, so I don't mind. I'm going to buy all these movies anyway, so I'm pretty much said to myself, I'm just going to go and purchase Ballerina or pre-order it when it's available for pre-order and then get it and watch it here at home. If I can't watch it in the theater at a reasonable times, I can't. I'm not gonna go see it. So I kind of I hated to skip it, but I'm gonna skip it. And if I do decide to see this other movie, I'm deciding to see that live action Lilo and Stitch movie on Wednesday. After I get my trailer hitch installed on my vehicle, because I'm getting a trailer hitch installed on my vehicle that day as well in the morning, early morning, probably 7 a.m. Because like I said, I am an early bird, even though I can stay up late. I am also an early bird, so I'm crazy like that. I can get up really early and do a lot of shit. I can stay up very late and do a lot of shit. So I'm a weird both worlds kind of guy. So Wednesday, I am going to go get up early, really early, just to go get my trailer hitch installed, because that's going to take like 1 to 2 hours. I'll bring my raw galley with me to play some games. And then later that day, I will probably go see Lilo and Stitch as well, because that was the third movie choice that I wanted to see in theaters that time, because I do like Lilo and Stitch, and I wanted to see how a cool live action of that would be. Like I said, I wouldn't have seen it, and I would have rather seen Ballerina, but because something's going on at Lionsgate or Regal's, something's going on at Regal, and they're not showing it enough, I have to do what I got to do. So I chose that path. So it's going to be a good, fun film week. They do got other films out. They still got the Thunderbolts. I heard that was good, but I'll probably buy that also on Blu-ray. Most of these movies I'll probably buy on Blu-ray. They had that Final Destination. I heard it was okay, but I kind of got bored after most of the Final Destinations. They got the main line of Final Destinations were excellent, but when they still continue on with some franchises, it just gets a little boring. Oh, now death is the character. Okay. I won't get into that. So that's pretty much the plan on my week. And then I still got to decide what games I'm going to be playing for my Let's Play for Wednesday. I haven't even started a game for my Let's Play yet, which I'll probably do today. I'll force myself to do it today. I actually do have something in mind that I could get back into. And then there's another game I want to get back into. I just got to load up my server upstairs. But some of you might understand what game that might be when I say I'm going to have to load up a server. Anyways, it's been a decent weekend. It's been really nice weather. I got the AC on. I don't really need the AC on. I can turn that down off right now. Save some kilowatts of electricity. Hold on here. Oh, nope. I wanted to turn this up. There we go. It's only 75 degrees. Now, there's a certain somebody that also lives in this house with me, my ex. She hates it when it's too warm, too cold. And then she's always demanding that I up and lower the heat and air conditioning. I'm like, bitch, you can't always have it temperature neutral. You know, you got to live with some heat or some cold. And I'd rather live with heat than cold. Just with me, with the fan on up overhead in my office here, I'm already chilly. I'm already chilly. That's why I got double shirts on right now. I'm a little, can't wait to get outside and do some stuff outside. But it's been fun. I got my deck porch really fixed up. I got new light blocking, like not blinds. They're the what is it? Mesh. And then I do got the I can't even speak anymore. I do also have the blinds. I have the bamboo blinds, but behind them or over them, behind them, whatever you want to say, I have the mesh too, which blocks out like 90% of the sun and stuff, but lets nice amount of breeze come in. But if it gets windy, it doesn't make it windy inside in my deck porch now, which is really cool because I got those strapped down a little bit, but I can unstrap them with a hook system that I made. I made these myself, mind you, and I can roll them up and stuff. And it's been beautiful in this deck porch to just sit, watch some movies, TV and stuff on my portable tablet and play my ROG Ally outside, playing games on my ROG Ally and just laying on my couch. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. And plus, I have my new LED LEDs that I put up top to make a nice luminescent lighting for the nighttime and stuff to make it blue. I mostly have it blue, but you can have it any color I want, and it makes it really nice accent to the deck porch in the front of my house. And it's just been just lovely just sitting out there and enjoying the weather that we've been having out on that deck porch. And more months to come. I cannot wait to keep sitting out there and gaming and whatnot, watching movies. I've been eating out there. It's been a dream. It's like my own personal getaway outside. So that's what I've been doing. And I have played some games. I'll run through them quickly right now, but I'm not going to be really talking about what games. But I will run through them. And do I have this? Where is it? Hold on. Sorry about this. Here we go. There we go.
Games that have been played in the past week.
Now that makes sense now. Now I don't have to put weeks anymore, which I got to get this off my screen here. I got in my show notes here, I still got weeks. So I'm going to take that out because it's not weeks anymore. It's week. So this whole, I kept, even though I say it says week, it makes total sense now to have just as week. So games I've been playing throughout the week. Doom the Dark Ages. You guys know that. I've been streaming it. I've been doing it live every Friday except for last Friday, which I did on Saturday. Moved it to Saturday because I had a last-minute emergency friend moving thing because, of course, everybody out there has to do things at the last minute and they can't plan ahead on anything. So I had to help my friend move a bit that day on Friday. So I moved it to my birthday Saturday and had a nice little nighttime, super long birthday stream of Doom the Dark Ages. I was a little tired, but it was fun. It was a great time. And I got through most of it, which I think coming up, this week, this Friday, I might finish Doom the Dark Ages. I don't know. It's only 22 chapters. I'm on chapter 19, so 19 to 20, 20 to 21, 21 to 22. That's 3 chapters. That's only 3 chapters to go, folks. I don't know how long each chapter is, but only 3 chapters to go. I may finish Doom the Dark Ages for my streaming this Friday, and if I do, that would be cool. Then I got to find out another game that I'm going to be playing, or games or whatever I'm going to be playing Friday nights and stuff. On GameOn Live because, I'll be done with Doom the Dark Ages. And it's been fun. It's been a great, fantastic game. I love the story. It's just been crazy. That is such a good game. They did such a good job with this Doom game. And some of the people in my chat were telling me, oh, you should try Doom Eternal. Even though I'm really turned off by it, especially by what I've seen and what other people have been saying about it. Doom Eternal with the too much platform. Even though this Doom the Dark Ages does have some platforming to it, it's not crazy platforming. I think they did a really good job on it, on the platforming to just killing a bunch of creatures part with the weapons. And Doom Eternal, they force you to do certain weapons and this and that. I just don't like that. I just want to do what I want to do, and what Doom guy wants to do best is go around and kill demons and not have to do all these stupid tricks and stuff and have to be bound by certain weapons and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe. I don't know. There's another game I should really give back a try, but I really don't want to. But maybe I might do it. I might even do it as a Let's Play. You know what? I might even do it as a Let's Play. I'm not going to speak of it. I'm just going to keep it in my mind if it doesn't leave my mind. But I got an idea of a game maybe I should try for a Let's Play, but we'll see about that. We'll see. But Doom the Dark Ages I've been playing most Fridays. Been fun. Great graphics. Great everything. Runs amazingly well on my PC. Not so well on my ROG Ally Extreme, but it's that's a more powerful game, and it does run on the ROG Ally Extreme, but you're basically running in slow motion like this and shooting, which is pretty fun. I'm not complaining about it because the music and everything else is going normal in the game, but when you're going to kill the demons and stuff, it's just doing it in slow motion. It's like, this feels like extra cheating. This is like using a cheat mode to go really slow motion and going boom, boom, boom. Like I'm playing, what's that called? Super Hot or something. Doom, Super Hot Doom. Doom guy, super hot. But, but I understand. It's a less powerful system, the ROG Ally Extreme. But, that's going to all about to change soon. Also been playing a shit ton of Brotato. Been playing that more than Vampire Survivors. I have been playing some Vampire Survivors, but I've been playing a shit ton of Brotato. It is just a quick go-to game to play, 20 waves of enemy fighting, and I've been doing pretty good. I've been pretty good. Before I was not making any progress, and now I'm actually making lots of progress in Brotato. It is quite fun, that game. It is one of those games that, like a Vampire Survivors, you're just going around killing as much as you can, earning as much whatever things I'm picking up and stuff to purchase more upgrades and weapons and stuff. And it's really a fun game. Highly recommend it. Great to play on the ROG Ally. Great game to play on the ROG Ally. Probably one of the best. Same with Vampire Survivors. Those two games, the best for ROG Allies and stuff like that. Or any handhelds, I should say. Been playing this game because I don't have to talk about Vampire Survivors, even though I didn't play a bunch of that on Series X. I've been playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's a game that people didn't like, apparently, that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, because I don't know if it's because of the characters, because they didn't have enough Capcom characters or something it was. It was something that people did not like about the game. I played through the story modes first. Played through the story. Story was pretty good. It was decent. It's a decent game. I like it. A lot of Johnny One moving on some of the stuff, but yeah, I have no problems with that game, and I'm just wondering why people didn't like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I understand it's probably the characters. The only thing I have a complaint about and this is a big complaint for me. You got the characters that I think are DLC characters down the road or whatever. I don't know if I can unlock them or what. I'll have to figure it out. But there's a lot of characters that are blacked out on the bottom of my screen saying, oh, you don't have these. And I'm like, well, can I buy it? Could I unlock them? How do I unlock them? Etc., etc. And that's the only bothersome part for me. It's like, oh, I just want to be able to play these other characters. I want to play Black Panther and a certain others. But the characters they have in there, I think they're just fine. I think everybody has, a place. And I thought they brought all the characters together quite nicely for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And sad that they're not going to have a sequel to that, because there was like not a cliffhanger, but a continuation to the story that could have happened at the end. And I gotta say, I liked it. I liked it very much, people. So if anybody's got anything to say further about that, your likes or dislikes, or why you dislike Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, please email me. Please contact me on any of my social networks. Let me know, because I would like to know why people don't like that game. Because it plays very well to me, and I'm going to go back into it and just play me versus CPU and stuff. I don't know if anybody's playing this online. I might check to see if people are playing this online or not. But I bought it. It was really cheap on Xbox.com, so I purchased it on the Xbox store. Been playing on the ROG Ally. It's been playing great ever since, so have no problems with it. Did a little Tetris Forever, played some Tetris, continuing on. Cannot wait till that Mortal Kombat collection comes out, because boy, oh boy, I'm gonna be eating the shit out of that thing. I'm gonna be eating. Here, I'm gonna get explicit now, folks. My podcast can get explicit sometimes, but this is going in the realm of darkness and sexuality here. Sexuality. I'm gonna eat the fuck out of Mortal Kombat Collections pussy. Yes, I'm gonna eat the fuck out of Mortal Kombat Collections pussy. I said it right here today, folks. Think of it as you will. I am a dirty bastard for games, and that pussy from Mortal Kombat Collection is gonna be eaten. Yes, doggy style. Yep. Because those Digital Eclipse, they've been making some great games, and the documentaries and stuff like Tetris Forever. I watched all the documentaries on that. I should go back to the other one I have. I have the physical edition of, what was it, the old school games, Atari, whatever it was, 800, 1000. I forgot what it's called, but I do have the Atari one, and I should get back into that and watch more of the Atari documentary and stuff. Even though I'm not the biggest into Atari, I do like Atari. I do like what they did for gaming back in the day, the goods and the bads, and it's just great. It's great gaming document. I love gaming documentaries. I'll watch a gaming documentary. You got No Clip that does a lot of great gaming documentaries. The people over there, and I watch the shit out of them. I'll watch a good gaming documentary. They should make more gaming documentaries out there, because I'll watch them all. Because it's history, people. It's history that you can watch and enjoy. And I love how they do it. Digital Eclipse does it in video game form. They should hire, No Clip to do it. Somebody should buy somebody else, like No Clip or somebody. Digital Eclipse should buy each other, because Digital Eclipse is owned by Atari right now, aren't they? Yes, they are, I think. And they should buy either No Clip, or No Clip should buy them, and they should just continue to do games and make documentaries. And I just love that stuff. It's just because I'm a gamer and I love gaming history. I loved watching when G4 had their Icons documentaries on video games and stuff. That just made me so happy. I just love watching the behind the scenes and how people are making these amazing art and craftsmanship of these games and stories and stuff, and the dramas behind the scenes and stuff that go on in making this stuff, the trials and tribulations. And that's a generic term for what I said there, but it's just remarkable on how all this stuff comes together. And mostly at the last minute, and frankly, I just love each and every one of it. So yes, I'll be very interested in that Mortal Kombat collection. Like I said, I'll be creaming all over that. But I've been playing a little bit more Tetris Forever, not too much because I've been kind of Tetrised out. You can only play so much Tetris until you're Tetrised out. It is the perfect game, but once you play the perfect game millions of times, and I like the other Tetris games that they have in Tetris Forever as well, but I just like the main Tetris game the most. And when you play it thousands of times and you watch the documentaries already, it's like, okay, maybe I'll get off Tetris Forever a little bit. You know, I'll get back into it sometime, or they'll have another Tetris game down the road. They always do. They always do. The Tetris Corporation will make more Tetris for me eventually. And the final game that I've been playing on my Series X, which is weird that I've been playing this on the Series X mostly, is Crime Scene Cleaner. That's another game I want to do a Let's Play of because I think Crime Scene Cleaner is pretty fun in general. And it's just basic like game like just any other simulator game like Power Wash Simulator. I would say Lawn Mowing Simulator, but I hated that. What was the house one? Build Your House Simulator or something? Or it was, what was it? Home Design something simulator. It was a home, you know what I'm talking about, home decorating simulator or something like that. That was pretty good. But Crime Scene Cleaner, it's pretty fun. That's pretty interesting. And I'm having a ball just jumping in for a little bit, playing it, jumping out again, do like a mission here and there, do a half a mission. You know, sometimes there's a lot of rooms to clean. Sometimes there's not a lot of things to clean. And, you know, I'm just taking it step by step. And it has good saving. It has good save options. You can, after you just pause out of it, you can just go ahead and quit and save right away. And it does a very good job at saving wherever you're at. This only happened once, but I actually did lose, like, not a save, but save progress because I was going to go save it. It kind of froze, and then I kind of rebooted it, and then I lost a little bit of progress that I made in the game. It wasn't a big deal. It only happened once, and but otherwise, you can save anytime, anywhere, and it's been pretty good game. I like games that let you choose where you want to save and how to save in the games. And cleaning up crimes, not too shabby, not too shabby. It's got a storyline to it. I kind of understand. Somebody else was talking about the storyline to it. I don't really care about the storyline to it. It's not really fully mentioned in the game, at least not yet to me. I don't really care about it. I'm just cleaning up crime scenes and making money and stealing, I don't know, necklaces and stuff and valuables and stuff because you can do that while you're cleaning up a crime scene. And that's all. That's all she wrote, folks. And I've been playing that on my Series X, and it's been fun. Been fun. I should do a Let's Play of it. That's another one in the Let's Play think tank right there. So those have been all the games that I played in the past week. And yes, I have played these in the past week. So I think it's time to go into what we've been running down and talking about is we're going to start off with the State of Play, which Sony did. I'm not too big on the State of Plays, as you guys would probably know by me, but there are some games that Sony does have on the list that do make it pretty interesting, but otherwise there's games that I just don't give a shit about. And then there's most of the games that you can get on both, you know, the PlayStation and Xbox, and I should also say PC, because if it's both on Xbox and PlayStation, it's mostly going to be on PC as well. Most of the time, not all the time, but let's go through a rundown. Like I said, I'm going to make some of this rundown pretty quick because there are a good handful of games, and a lot of these games are going to show up in other, like the Summer Game Fest and probably what Xbox was doing as well. So I'll try to talk through as much as I can, and I kind of understand some of it. Some of it I might have to click into, but we'll go through it. So Sony showed off a bunch of games in their Sony State of Play of June 2025. They showed off Marvel Token Fighting Souls from Arc System Works. I do not know what this game is about, but it's to be announced for 2026 to come out. I think it's just your basic... Oh, here we go. Marvel Token Fighting Souls is a 4v4 tag team fighting game featuring superheroes like Spider-Man, Captain America, and many others. Okay. So this is being published by Sony, Marvel Entertainment and stuff. It's coming to PlayStation and PC only. Coming in 2026. So this is a 4v4 game. Okay, understandable. What kicked off the State of Play, though, that I really like it, because I do like a good Luminous Arise. It's been a while since they had a Luminous game. I think it's been due time. And, of course, Luminous is a great game. Luminous is a Tetris of all its own. It has great music and great all that stuff. It even has the people, I think, Monsters, that did the Tetris Effects game, which made all the cool music and stuff and all that. Well, they made Luminous Arise for Sony. Of course, this is only coming out for the PlayStation. Whoops, I shouldn't have did that. This is coming out for the PlayStation. And no, I don't want just the picture. I want to open up the new link. Wow. It's coming out quarter of this year, quarter 3 of 2025, it says. Enhanced Games is the publisher. Developers Monsters and Enhanced Games. A mind-blowing, fiendishly addictive reinvention of the puzzle classic Luminous from the creators of Tetris Effect Connected. That's what it is. Where sound pulses through your body, mind, and every block you place, triggering dazzling visuals synced to driving beat of infectious electronic soundtrack. And because this is only always... Well, no, they had a Luminous game for Xbox, but mostly the newer Luminous games mostly come to PlayStation, because it's more of a PlayStation franchise-ish kind of thing if you think about it. It is also bound to come to PC. That means Steam. I might purchase Luminous Arise for Steam, because that would be cool, especially if I could put on my ROG Ally lane to play it. So I probably might eventually get Luminous Arise. I know they're going to probably charge like $70 for it or more, because, you know, games have gone up. But if it is cheaper, I'll buy it. I'll purchase myself some Luminous. I would like to get back into Luminous Arise. Luminous games were very fun as well. Pragmata, it's the one where you got the big space guy robot, Big Daddy-like thing, and the little girl that tells you what to do, or you tell the little girl what to do, or vice versa, I forget. I think it's the little girl that tells you what to do. That looks weird. It looks weird. Got a barefoot girl telling you what to do. Romeo is Dead Man. Now, this is by the people that make those, not See No Evil games. Hold on, I'm trying to open this up here. Sometimes these aren't opening up. This is the people that make those, trying to think of the name of the games. Shoot, what? This, Suda 51. So they make, come on. Why can't I? Hold on one second. Okay, I cheated a little bit. I paused because I had to think, because my brain locked again. And when my brain locks, I got to come back to doing that stuff. But yeah, Suda 51 that is doing Romeo is a Dead Man is the guy that makes No More Heroes. So I do like my No More Heroes games, especially No More Heroes 3, which I beat like twice already. Romeo is a Dead Man. If you think about it, Dead Man was a game inside No More Heroes franchise. It was a game within the game of the franchise, which Travis Touchdown would play, the Dead Man game. So basically, he's making a Dead Man game. At least that's what I'm thinking here. from this thing, and it looks crazy. It looks beyond crazy. It is not rated. It's coming out next year, apparently. It's got some very high graphic art, just like you would see from a Suda51 game. And it's going to be interesting to see what this game is all about when it comes out. And it's going to be coming out for every platform, not just PlayStation. We all know that. This next game. Now, I'm not a big Silent Hill guy. I didn't know if you knew that, but I did not care for any Silent Hill games. I tried a Silent Hill game or two, especially the one where you're in, I think it was a school or something, and then you had to go through the bathroom and you're trying to go through the toilets and stuff. It was really stupid. I did not like it. Didn't play much of those. Quit them right away. This one, Silent Hill F. It's coming out this year, September 25th. Very much intrigued me. It's coming out on Xbox as well, so it's coming out PC, Xbox, PlayStation. This intrigued me very well. And note, it isn't because of the cute little Japanese girl and the Japanese girl schoolgirl outfit. No, you perverts. But you got this Japanese schoolgirl in this world of monsters, and she picks up pipes and things and whacks them, and this is like a beat 'em up kind of thing, and she's going through, and this is apparently this starts in 1960s Japan. Shimizu Hinako's I can't even say half these words, secluded town of Ibisugaoka. Man, I can't say anything, sorry. Ibisugaoka is consumed by a sudden fog, transforming her home into a haunting nightmare. As the town falls sun and the fog thickens, Hinako must navigate the twisted paths of her town. I'm not going to try to say the name and butcher it again, sorry. Solving complex puzzles and confronting geocentric monsters to survive. Immerse herself in Hinako's world, imagined by renowned author Ryukishi 07, with entrancing music, included pieces of Akira Yamaoka, and beautiful visuals, a gripping tale of doubt, regret, and inescapable choices. Silent Hill series blending psychological horror with haunting Japanese setting. And this looks actually good. This looks really good. This looks more than just a puzzle game. This looks more like we're going to beat the shit out of things kind of game. Hopefully I see more gameplay of this later, which we definitely will, because this is coming out September this year, the 25th of September. Maybe this might be a Silent Hill game that I might like to play. I don't know. Maybe I might get into it. Who knows? Because really, I did not care for any of the other Silent Hill games. This one, she seems like she's a little badass. And I do like little badasses that can kick a lot of asses. Then we got IO Interactive's first look at First Light, the 007 game, which a lot of people complain about. Oh, that doesn't look like one of the 007s that we knew. Oh, why does 007 have a scar? Why is he so young? Well, this is like his origin story in a way. And apparently in some of the main literature for 007, which I didn't even know, and James Bond 007, he did have a scar on his face. So people could shut up, because some people thought that the scar on his face was not true canon to the 007 franchise. But as the creators and people said, yes, it was. So, and if you like Hitman, this is going to be like a Hitman Plus-esque kind of game with car driving and a bunch of other stuff. But until we see more of this game, I'm interested, though. I like 007. I like James Bond semi. And I would definitely like to play a really good James Bond game. You know, I do like the Hitman games, and this is probably something that is gonna take IO Interactive either in a good positive light forward with stuff like this, or if this game doesn't do as well as they would hope, I don't know, they'll just stick with Hitman. Why not? Ghost of Yotoi from Sucker Punch. Don't know much about it. Bloodstained: The Scarlet Engagement by Artplay. Digimon Story: Time Stranger, Mediavision. So, of course, there's a Digimon game coming. I was into Digimon. This is also coming out for Xbox as well. I haven't been into Digimon in a long time. This is coming out October 3rd, and it's going to be an RPG. A Digimon RPG. Might be interesting. I don't know. I did like Digimon once in a while. Digimon, Digital Monsters, yeah, or whatever they said after that. But I'll be watching this Digimon story thing. We'll see how this game turns out. Is this a remake or whatever, or remaster, remake or whatever? Don't quote me on this because I'm not the biggest. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evolence Chronicles from Square Enix Creative Business Unit. What? Creative Business Unit 3. Okay. So that's coming September 30th of this year. So if you want more Final Fantasy, you got some more Final Fantasy in the old school look. This stupid game here that everybody was making fun of and having fun with, Baby Steps. Because people like stupid games like Baby Steps. Okay. It's like one of those where you're trying to walk and you keep falling over and stuff, but you're trying to make progress games. It's like the mountain climbing game and all those other games. Baby Steps, it might just be one of those fun games that people like me will probably play to oh, this is only coming for PC, PlayStation, and that's not Xbox. Interesting. I'd still maybe play it if I got it on Steam eventually, but it's just one of those games that you're going to see a lot of streamers play. Hirogami from Bandai Namco. Know nothing about it. I do know about this game, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. Before it used to just be called Hot Shots Golf. Now I guess they like to put other titles before Hot Shots. So it is Hot Shots Golf, but it's called Everybody's Golf. And that's coming out for PlayStation and the Switch. Wow, not PC. But it's coming out for PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch. Huh. I do remember Hot Shots Golf being on the Switch, I think. But that's interesting. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. People like their Ninja Gaiden. Kern from Game Bakers. Don't know much about that. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I told you I want to lick that pussy right there. Cannot wait. By NetherRealm Studios and other people. Definitely other people. Like Digital Eclipse. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to have so many of these games. Going to go back in time with these games. Documentaries and stuff. This is coming out for everything, folks. For everything. Wait. I think everything. It's not showing PlayStation, though. It's showing Xbox, Series X and S, Switch, PC, Switch 2, because it has that, and plus 2 after that. So it has to be PlayStation, because no fucking way they would release this game on everything but PlayStation. Oh, yeah, there it goes on the bottom here. Platforms. Shows PS4, PlayStation. Okay, because up top on this, it didn't show. It just said plus 2. So I had to think it was like PlayStation as well. So this is coming out on everything, because why wouldn't they bring this out on everything? It's supposed to be coming out this year, hopefully. It's going to have a collection of many Mortal Kombat games from yesteryear, from the beginning to handheld games. It's going to have legacy back code for playing online. It's going to be really cool, and I'm sure the documentary is going to be just amazing. But Mortal Kombat, the Legacy Collection, cannot wait. Whoa, and I hit my computer. Did I stop anything? No, I did not. Oh, boy. I got to move my chair over. This is what I get for wanting my controls to be right next to my lap here. For your Metal Gear Solid fans, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is coming. It's coming August 28th this year, so it's coming very soon for you guys if you want this Snake Eater reboot, or remaster, I should say, for you guys. Tides of Tomorrow from Digital or DigiX Art Entertainment. Nioh 3 from Teen Ninja. Thief VR Legacy of Shadow. Now note, this is all from the State of Play from PlayStation, so these are all coming to PlayStation or PlayStation VR. Astrobot. I think this is the extra content that they're providing for Astrobot. I think they said they were adding more content to that game, which great. When you guys put it on PC, put this on. Let me buy it on Steam, Sony. I'll buy Astrobot on Steam because I want to play Astrobot. I think it's pretty cool looking, but I'm not going to buy a PlayStation to play it. Sea of Remnants by Joker Studio. Sword of the Sea by Giant Squid. FBC Firebreak. Deus Ex The Conspiracy. So people like Deus Ex, they're going to get some more Deus Ex. Twisted Metal 3. These must be those PlayStation Online games where these are games that they're just putting back on like PlayStation Online or what is it? Is it PlayStation Plus still or is it something else now? So these are all PlayStation Plus like reprints. So Twisted Metal 3, Twisted Metal 4, Resident Evil 2, the original ones, and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, Myst, and Raven, the sequel to Myst. Or Riven, the sequel to Myst. So that was it for State of Play. They didn't have a lot of games. Like, note that a lot of these are mostly third-party studio games, first off. Two, they didn't have any huge games for their console to show off for their PlayStation 5 and PS5 Pro or anything like that. These were all games mostly from third parties, and the ones that were first party from them were smaller things and additions and stuff. And it makes me feel like I still feel kind of sad for PlayStation fan people out there, even though me on Team Xbox, that's been up and down and moving all around, and now they got their new initiative and stuff that they've been following with the Xbox says everywhere and anywhere and play it anywhere and everywhere. But Sony, at least Microsoft Studios, game studios are trying to put out stuff. Like you can see that there's a lot of stuff coming, not only this year, but next year. They got other stuff still cooking and baking, but that's going to be coming out sooner than later. And Sony is like, where's all the games from Sony? Where's all these main games? Because I guess like we heard before, then Sony's original initiative was trying to make more of these open online games and stuff like that. And a lot of that live service games. Yes, live service games. And that has not panned out at all for Sony. So that's craziness on how that just went from one to that next extreme. So hopefully Sony gets their acts together and they get some games on that PlayStation from their own studios. Like I said, they got great strong third-party games coming onto the PlayStation, but a lot of the games that you could get on there, you could get on an Xbox, a PC, sometimes Switch. So what makes that different from Sony's PlayStation? And if you're just saying, oh, the graphics are amazing on the PlayStation and the power and blah, 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 well, that's what you can get a PC for as well. And it's not all about the graphics and stuff like that. I'd rather just have a game to play. If I can play it on any system, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not the biggest one for graphics. Now, if I'm playing a game and it has amazing graphics and stuff, I will butter over that. I will be like, ooh, this is a great game. Look at these graphics and stuff like that. I will mention it, but it's not something I strive to go look for. I don't care if it's a pixelated game or whatnot. If it's a good game, it's a good game. It doesn't matter if it's open world or not, or live or not. I just want to play a game, you know? And I guess a lot of these people out there, or sort of people were thinking out there, oh, we're going to make a game that's graphically intense. And that's why the industry's in the the situation it's in with these big publishers. If they're not making these huge games and pushing these graphics and all that stuff, and they're basically emptying their bank accounts to make these games to just appease the small niche audience that wants to get them for $80 a pop now, which they're going to be from 70 to 80. I don't know how well that's going to work out for everybody. You know what I mean? So we're in the Summer Game Fest category here now. I'm looking on this stuff on IGN, so there could be stuff missing, just to let you know. But they got a nice record here of things, a list here of games that have been shown at these events. So we're at the Summer Game Fest. You know, this is Keeley's show. And let me check the timer. I got 57 minutes. Holy shit, left. We'll just run through this because a lot of this stuff I'm sure we're going to see again. Because I'm sure it showed up in the state of play and stuff like that. But we got Resident Evil Requiem. That looks cool. I doubt I'll ever like a Resident Evil game. I tried many times, but I don't know. Resident Evil Requiem did seem interesting. It had this lady, this agent, FBI agent, I think. And she had some traumas from the past or whatever, and then she found herself upside down in this thing, and it's just another horror thing of her going into these places and stuff, and then it's like they said they're bringing them back to the original Resident Evil and stuff, and it's like, okay, we'll see where this is going. It's coming out February 27, 2026. I forgot what this girl's name was. Does it say here? Yeah, it's Resident Evil Requiem is the next mainline entry in the Resident Evil series, directed by Resident Evil 7 director Koshi Nakanishi. This is basically Resident Evil 9. Like I said, it has this FBI agent lady here. She looks pretty hot. I like her silver flowing hair and her nice glasses and stuff. She looks pretty cute. Doing this horror stuff, like she was upside down. I guess they returning to Raccoon City where it got blown up by a nuclear bomb because, you know, Umbrella Corporation nuked their own city to stop all the shit that was happening. So I don't know. We'll see how this is. Like I said, I probably will never play it. There's Resident Evil games right now, the newer ones, the remakes and whatnot and all that on Xbox Game Pass, and I just really don't want to get into any of them. That's not for me. Plus they have them where the games have these inventory systems where you gotta like, it's like a puzzle in itself, like, oh, you gotta put this over here, you gotta flip this here. I don't want that in a game. I'm sorry. I just want to go kill some zombies. Let me do some stuff. Come on, Resident Evil, just make some scariness to it, but don't make me do these hassle things that just piss me off. And that's what drew me away from Resident Evil games, especially the puzzles. Some of the puzzles are just like, I can't do it. I'm not a puzzle guy like that. There's certain puzzles I'll play and not like that. Stranger Than Heaven from RGG Studios. I thought originally this was like a Yakuza-esque game, like a pre-Yakuza. I was totally wrong on that, folks. It's not a Yakuza game. This is something totally different. I guess it's got a supernatural feel to it in a way. It looks pretty cool, though. This is coming out on probably most platforms. You know, Xbox, PlayStation, etc., etc. Stranger Than Heaven, formerly Project Century, is a new project from Malika Dragon series developer RGG Studios. I'm not going to say their whole name. Taking place in 1943 Japan. It just looks badass. I love the graphics. Maybe this is their new Judgment type of game because maybe they're not going to do any more Judgment games, I'm thinking. Maybe that series is done with. Maybe they're done with that series, unfortunately, which that would make me really sad because I missed my Judgment games. I liked playing the Yakuza games and then going to the Judgment games and then going to the Yakuza games, but if that's not going to be what's going to be happening going forward, maybe Yagami and crew, maybe that talent agency or whatever in Japan was being too bitchy or something. So they said, okay, we got to just not make any more of these Judgment games. Maybe we'll reboot the Judgment series or something. I don't know. I would like to talk with them about what they plan on doing going forward with the Judgment series. And then I heard, did they make 3 Judgment games? Or is it the 2? But with the last Judgment game, I guess it didn't do that well. I liked it. It was fun to me. I played it. I beat it. You see me stream it. I have it in my archives on OldFreakyGamer on YouTube.com. You know, go to OldFreakyGamer-2023 on YouTube.com, and you can find my archive of me playing that or those games, those Judgment games. But this looks maybe more something different, like Supernatural or something. I don't know. There's something else going on here, but the graphics look great. The settings look great. The characters seem interesting. Don't know when this is coming out. Maybe next year. Because usually when RGG Studio shows off a game or whatnot, usually their games come out sooner than later. Because they know how to make and pump out some games. But maybe this might take them a little bit longer for this. I don't even know if they're working on a new game engine. Maybe they're working on the same Yakuza engine or something. Who knows? We'll find out. But it looks great, whatever it's going to be. I'm going to take a drink of water. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to pause my countdown clock too. I might as well when I do a thing like this. So I'll pause both of these. Okay, back on it. Had to take a swig of drink. My throat was getting dry already. I think it's because of the fan. Okay, so we're going to have to push through because I'm getting lower on my time limit here. Mortal Shell 2 from Cold Simpentry. Don't know nothing about it. Then we got Kojima Productions, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. I guess that's the full official title there. Okay. You know your Death Stranding. I tried it out. I played it on PC. It was on Game Pass. Okay. Not for me. But okay. I get it. I get it. Walking simulator. Walking delivery simulator. And this one's, I guess, more shooty. They were promising, I guess, more guns and stuff in this one. Okay. Chronicles Medieval from Raw Power Games. Know nothing about it. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds from Sega. Because, you know, Sonic has to have a car, fast car, just like he's fast. Maybe sick of running, so he's going to drive a fast car and race all these people. Because, you know, the Sonic teams got to have their own racing game to compete with Mario Kart. Code Vein 2 from Bandai Namco. Mouse PI for Hire from Fumi Games. Game of Thrones War for the Westeros. Okay. Atomic Heart 2. I was surprised about Atomic Heart 2. I never even, when I looked at Atomic Heart 1, I just didn't feel like it was in my wheelhouse to play. I know it's super loosely like a Fallout game in a way, in its own way, people were saying, but just did not. And then already they got Atomic Heart 2 coming, and it's like, that didn't take you guys long to put that out. Did people even play Atomic Heart 1? Why is there Atomic Heart 2? I don't know. It just does not seem like anything up my wheelhouse with Atomic Heart. End of Abyss from Section 9. Know nothing about it. The Cube Atomic Universe from Munfish. Marvel Cosmic Invasion from Tribute Games. Now, this is an interesting game. I will be talking more about this in a little bit, but that is definitely a game that is in my wheelhouse, and I am very interested in it, especially when you see the She-Hulk and stuff fighting in that. Onimusha Way of the Sword from Capcom. That looked cool. Felt That Boxing. That was really cool. When people were talking about that Felt That Boxing game, I was wondering what the hell they were talking about because I totally missed it. And then when I watched the trailer of this, and it's only for PC right now. For some reason, they're not putting this on consoles, but maybe eventually. But it is coming out on Steam. And it's a Punch-Out game. It's a single-player punch-out game. There's not going to be two-player mode or anything like that, at least not yet that we know of. And you're this realistic puppet boxing other puppets. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's really a real interesting concept. Looks really good, and it might be one of those games that will be shown in a lot of context for in the games industry and for showing it off on streams and stuff. Felt that boxing. Cannot wait to see when that comes out. Does it even say when it comes out? To be announced. Okay, to be announced. Okay, got it. Killer in the Deception We Trust from Tactics Studios. Arc Raiders from Embark Studios. Dune Awakening from Funcom. I forgot if that was just extra content for that game, because I thought a Dune Awakening was out already. Chrono Odyssey from Chrono Studio. Yeah, you got this lovely lady with the golden lock hair here, or the whitish blonde hair. Wuthering Waves from Chrono Game. Looks like an anime type of game there. Mio Memories in Orbit from Doe's Dixie Mess. Then we got another Mafia the Old Country from Hangar 13. I saw a little bit of this in the gameplay. I'm like, okay, another Mafia game. I guess they're trying to push the Mafia game one more time. I tried playing, what was it, Mafia 3? I have it. I actually have a collector's edition of it. I just never got too far into it. I didn't hate it. I just fell off of it because there was other stuff like Grand Theft Auto that came out and stuff. Now they got this coming out. This is coming out for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox on August 8th. It's supposed to be a cheaper game too, isn't it? Didn't they say this Mafia, the Old Country, is supposed to be like $50-something? I heard something about that. I don't know. Let me see here. Let me highlight this. I could be wrong on that, but let's see here. No. Mafia the Old Country price. It was supposed to be cheaper than most prices. Oh, yeah, $49.99 it's supposed to come out. So Mafia the Old Country has just gone live. It's only $50. So that says something about that. It says, like, well, either they just don't really care about this game and they just let them make it to make a cheaper game and they're not too much belief in it, or it's going to be one of those very good budgeted games that we're going to get a really decent Mafia game out of, a story-based game. Maybe I'll try it out. Maybe I'll play it. I don't know. It looked cool. It looked cool for what I saw, even though I had never beat the other Mafia games before. Lego Voyagers from Lightbrick, Nicktoons, and the Dice of Destiny. Are we copying something from Indiana Jones here? Really? Out of Words from Kong Orange, Liza P. Overture from NeoWiz, Fractured Blooms from Synergy Force, Blade and Soul Heroes from NCSoft, Crystal of Altan Newverse, The Seven Deadly Sins Origin, Netmarble. Notice they all sound like Chinese companies making these games, probably. Jurassic World Evolution 3 from Frontier Developments. I'm surprised they're making another one. I have the second one, actually. I think. It's either the second or the first one. Let's see here on my computer. I actually have it. I never played it, really. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I got Jurassic World Evolution 2 on my computer right now. Right now, folks. I should try to get into that. I used to be big into the building the sim parks, but I think when I fell off of Jurassic World Evolution, because I think I tried to play it a little bit on the Xbox, it's just the amount of stupidity that they put in there, and we got to baby you a bit. No, just let me build a park. You know what the best Jurassic Park building game was? Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. I have it. I own it. That is one of the easiest ways to play it. And I thought it was a little bit harder with Jurassic World Evolution, but I'll try. I'll give it another try. Now they're coming out with a third one. Why? I don't know. Maybe because the next movie's coming out soon and they're still trying to promote it. I guess. Minute Hallower Yacht Club Games, or Yacht Club Games, we could say that. Dying Light the Beast from Techland. The Marvel Deadpool VR game from Twisted Pixel. That is, isn't that only for the MetaQuest, for, Facebook's VRs, I think. I think that was only for their VR, yeah. I don't think it was coming out for anything else. Yeah, MetaQuest 3, that's all it's coming out for, not for PlayStation or anything else. So, don't worry, you'll never play that game. Mixtape. Now, that's an amazing game. That game looks amazing. It looks very fun. It looks like something I'm definitely going to be playing on Game Pass day one when it comes out. And it's from Beethoven and the Dinosaur. It's coming out sometime this year, 2025, so I will be ready for it. I will definitely be ready for that game because that sings to my soul, people. I had my own mixtapes when I was young, and now that I'm old, I have my mixed playlists on my phone. Yep. Town and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree from Bandai Namco. Acts of Blood from Ixil Team, whatever that is. Probably some... is that the Korean game? Yeah. Scott Pilgrim EX from Tribute Games. What is this, a remake of something of that? I tried out that Scott Pilgrim game. It's kind of horrible, but it's good collector's edition. The First Descendant from Nexon Games. Scum from Gamepires. Mind's Eye, the one from Build a Rocket Boy, the one that Leslie Benzo's or whatever, what was it? Leslie Bezos from the Grand Theft Auto fame went to create this game with people, and it is a piece of shit game. Boy, does that game chug. And I know Jeff Gerstmann was saying it was probably the drivers of the NVIDIA drivers, but that game seems really boring, and it seems like it chugs still. It seems like capturing it is going to be a pain in the ass. Not many people are playing it, and it seems very... Maybe I'll see that on Game Pass or something someday. Is it on? No, it's out for everything. It's for Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. And it's only got a 4 rating and a 5.7 rating from overall critics and a 4 rating on IGN from IGN. Ugh. And if you want to beat the main story, it's only 7 hours. Story and side missions, 11 hours up to. So it's not even that big of a game, and it's really a piece of shit. Okay. That Mind's Eye. And they were trying to tout it as the next Grand Theft Auto and all that stuff. They were really pushing originally that this was going to be a big game, and it just went... fizzled out. Whole conspiracy behind that. Hitman World of Assassination. That's because it's coming out on the Nintendo Switch 2. Of course, we talked about First Light from 007. Lego Pirate from SMG Studio. Wildgate from Moonshot Games. Blighted from Drinkbox Studios. Ill from Clout Games. Mecha Break from Seasoon Games. Infinitesimals from Colbit Games Ltd. Street Fighter 6 Capcom. That's probably because it's on the Switch 2, and they probably have some... I think they have some extra DLC characters that are coming or have come. Last Flag from Night Street Games. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers from Lenzi Games. I think I played a demo of that. It was okay. Fortnite, of course, coming on the Switch 2, and I'm sure they're just doing some extra Fortnite internal crap, which they always do. Rise of the Deceiver from Brass Lion Entertainment. Guild Wars 2 from ArenaNet. Probably just a port. Into the Unwell, She Was Such a Good Horse. So that's what that game studio's name. Who wants to start a studio called She Was Such a Good Horse? People are running out of decent names. And then Splitgate 2 from 1047 Games. And that was all the stuff talked about and shown at the Summer Games Fest of 2025. If you liked them or not. Yep. I got a bunch of these other news stories here. I'll talk about those in a little bit. But we're going to talk about next is the Xbox ROG Ally handheld, or the Asus ROG Ally, or should we say just the Xbox, or the Asus, or the ROG Xbox Ally, ROG Xbox Ally, or ROG Xbox Ally X. I'm going to just call it the Xbox ROG Ally. So shut the fuck up, everybody. Shut up, Asus. Call it the Xbox ROG Ally, you scared bastards, you. So, yes, this Xbox ROG Ally, folks. I talked about it before. I'm going to talk about it again. You got it behind me. This is the Asus ROG Ally Extreme. This is the first one. This isn't the Extreme X or anything like that. This is just the first one of two that came out. They had this one that came out first, the Xbox Extreme, and then they had that really shitty Asus ROG Ally. It was the lesser version that I told people to stay away from because it was just very underpowered. This one is good. Only has 16 gigs of RAM in it. I have a 2 terabyte hard drive in there, or M.2 drive in there though, so that's pretty cool. Holds a lot of games. Plays most of the games that I can play on any from PC and stuff like that. So it's got what it's got. If you didn't hear, Microsoft and Asus have teamed up, and because they knew Asus was coming out with their next ROG Allies down the road, and Asus is like, okay, why don't we create them like an Xbox? We'll make that portable for you guys. We'll partner up with you guys because you guys want to put something out early. And then we heard that Microsoft, aka Xbox, paused development on their own internal handheld, which I have the strong feeling that might be an permanent hold, meaning it might not ever see the light of day, meaning they might just go with third parties to make their Xbox regime of handhelds go forth to play the games, because why should they create hardware when basically Microsoft has been basically getting out of all hardware? As you've seen, they got rid of their keyboard and mouse lines and everything else, even though I think they slapped their name on some of them from third parties, but they don't do mostly their own hardware. They raised the prices extremely high for the Xbox Series consoles, which basically spells the other grave of doom and gloom for those consoles. And they're like, yeah, we'll create a handheld, but now it's like, well, if Asus and people could create a handheld better than you and faster and put them out more, why not just partner with somebody else? So basically, Microsoft is overhauling Windows 11 to be an Xbox ROG Ally Dream software. This is the first time Microsoft has basically allowed any of their internal people to ever touch the golden child that is Windows, because they never really mess with Windows too much. Even though they come out with new versions of Windows for the future, it still has that baseline coding that it always has. They never once built a new version of Windows from the ground up. They tried, I think, once, and then they gave up on it or something, but basically Windows has always been Windows. It's always been the same underlying code going forever, just been updated and reconfigured and stuff. So very surprising on how Windows 11 is right now on what they're doing. And but I guess people are programmers and people on the Xbox side and the Windows side are going into Windows 11, shutting down stuff, tearing stuff out, making this special version of Windows 11 for gaming handhelds to be like the ultimate version of Windows 11, because they don't want Steam or Linux to get a big foothold in the gaming portable market. So what they're doing, they're tearing Windows apart, they're making it better than ever to game with, and then they're going to start with the handhelds, and I'm sure we'll eventually have like PC versions, stripped down PC versions of Windows 11 Xbox software that we could put into our PCs and just turn them into full out gaming PCs, just, made to be bare boned. I cannot wait to see what they do with the overlying software. And then when you got the Xbox overlays over it, which it'll boot into the Xbox ecosystem first, the native app, and because it'll load Windows and it'll boot into the Xbox ecosystem. And you could go back into the Windows desktop mode, but it's mostly going to just be pure Xbox, like you see like on your Xbox dashboards or something, or if you go and you play your Xbox PC part, you could see that whole thing. It's going to be a whole user interface for that. We're going to install, play, and all that stuff. And of course, it'll accept third-party stores like your Steam and Epic stores and stuff like that going forward still. But it's going to be fully overhauled, and it's going to utilize the power of these Z2 Extreme chips. The AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme. This is going to be the ROG Ally X, which comes with an AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme GPU. The new SoC on the chip that's I hear pretty good. I hear it's pretty powerful for what you think it might be. That one's going to have 24 gigs of RAM, which I'm like, yes, that's what I want. I want 24 gigs of RAM in my Xbox Ally Extreme. Or Xbox ROG Ally Extreme X, LIX. I wish they had a 32 gigabyte model, but I'm sure that would be extremely expensive. Not that this one ain't going to be extremely expensive, but I'm very looking forward to playing games on this with 24 gigs of RAM. That's going to be very helpful for the video memory and stuff like that. 24 gigs, that's going to be beautiful. That's going to power a lot of PC games on that and Xbox native games. It's going to come with 1 terabyte onboard storage, but I'm probably going to buy an M2, a 4 terabyte or something. I was going to originally purchase an 8 terabyte, but they're still expensive as hell. And I'm thinking, am I really going to ever utilize the whole 8 terabytes? I know I'm spoiled shitless, but I'm like, okay, I got a 4 terabyte M.2 drive in my PC now, and that thing is just perfect for all the games I'm going to put on my PC. So I'm like thinking, okay, Mr. Mike, get a 4 terabyte M.2 drive for this, because it will accept normal M.2 drives. Now, for my version, and this isn't going for the X, because they changed it when they made the ROG Ally X edition of the Asus ROG Ally brand, where they were allowed to where you were able to put in a full stick of M.2 drive, which is not that big. It's just like that big. I know you can't see this if you're listening to this podcast, but in the video version, it's not really that big. It's like a stick of gum. It's like a little pack of gum, if you think about it, for that M.2 drives and such. So what I got in here for my 2 terabyte, that's a little nub. That was like a little like mini playing card or something. It was smaller at the time because they didn't think people were going to really update their storage in the ROG Allies, but on the newer ones, you'll be able to a lot easier. So I'm going to put in a 4 terabyte drive in that sucker. So I'll have 24 gigs of RAM, 4 terabytes. And boy, I'm going to be playing some good games on that going forward. Not that my Asus ROG Ally here is bad or anything. It's just this will be better. And then they got the standard ROG Xbox Ally or Xbox ROG Ally will come with the AMD Ryzen 2A, which is a lot less powerful, which I'm going to say, do not get. Just spend the extra money, you coward. Only 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes onboard storage. That's basically for like kids. It's going to be a smaller, way less powerful version of the other one, and it's probably for beginners, but I'm going to just say maybe they should just not sell that one, but I guess they might sell these very well, these lower end ones. I'm going to buy the higher end one because sure, why not? There was no release date or pricing yet on this. They never revealed the price or the release date, but rumors have it, and I've been hearing this from other podcasters as well, that these ROG Xbox Allies, or Xbox ROG Ally, if I want to say it, are coming out probably around October this year, which is interesting because they usually used to put out these ROG Allies during the summertime, like June and July. But I guess because Microsoft is more, or Microsoft, aka Xbox, is more the main person, the main company in this that is helping Asus create these Xbox ROG Allies. I'm guessing they want to push it for a more holiday season of this year. So October is pretty good because they want to sell these to make them more Xbox portables. These are official Xbox portable handhelds. They want to tout those as. And the price points I'm thinking on these are going to be $599 and $799. That is my prediction. $599 and $799. So $800 for the ROG Xbox Ally X or Xbox ROG Ally X, and $599 for the standard ROG Ally X. And you're probably saying, wow, those are really expensive, Mr. Mike. Well, you got to understand, you got a whole computer in your hand with tons of memory, tons of a new super extreme GPU, CPU, SoC. You got a whole computer in here, tons of RAM, storage, etc., battery. Then you got the screen, then you got the haptic feedback controls, and then the Xbox button that's going to be right there next to you, and it's going to have the haptic feedback controls that they said that's going to have, and more stuff, and it's going to be, of course it's going to be expensive, because all the stuff that they're putting in there, these aren't just a dumb box that you just plug into your TV set. These are going to be next-gen portables. These aren't like your Vitas and stuff and PSPs or the Nintendo Switch, because look at the Nintendo Switch 2. That's almost $500 right there. And you never know. People say it might go up to $500, but still, these are for premium games. These are for, like, if you're playing Steam and Xbox and PlayStation game and, so on and so forth. And I'm sure if Sony ever announces their own handheld, which they said they're working on now, because of course they want to get into it, which I kind of think that's going to fail for Sony. I really think a Sony handheld portable is going to fail, because they failed with the Vita. And I know Sony, they get too greedy with all their stuff, and that's what's going to hurt them in the long run, because they want to keep it all in their own little ecosystem. They want to keep it in behind their little PlayStation wall, and that's going to hurt them greatly, just like they did with the Vita, because I loved the Vita. But Sony fucked it up with making it the cost too much with their proprietary memory and stuff. They didn't get enough people on board to make games for it. They didn't even want to make games for it because they were more focused on the PlayStation 3 and 4 and stuff like that. So Sony kind of shot themselves in the foot with that. And if they're trying to make this new handheld for their PlayStation brand, and it's supposed to be bigger and it's supposed to be more like a ROG Ally X and all that stuff, and it's supposed to play their PlayStation 5 titles and stuff like that, 4 and 5 titles, they're going to have to do a lot more than try to sell everybody on buying memory units and stuff like that. And they got to try to make it more convincing that people want to buy stuff. At least Microsoft's going to be allowing on this thing, because it's basically Windows, running Windows 11, that they're going to have people, like third parties, put their storefronts on there so people can buy like my Steam games and Epic games and such on there and still be able to play those games on top of the Xbox storefront. And I hope one day Microsoft, aka Xbox, will get, will find a way so I can play all my digital versions, because there's no way to play my disc versions on a portable device. But all my digital versions of older games, like back catalogs like Xbox 360 and Xbox One and Series games, to be able to be played digitally onto the ROG Ally instead of streaming them. I don't want to just stream them. I want them native on the ROG Ally to play going forward. And that's what they're doing with future game titles, and they're trying to get with third parties and try to get them to make more PC-centric titles again and just focus on that, because their future of gaming is going to be more PC-centric to make it easier for people to port games onto their systems and stuff and be able to sell them. I think that is a unique play for Microsoft, and that's a strong part for Microsoft and Xbox, because that is what they are. They are PC first. They've been Windows and PC first before Xbox or anything came around, and they know that ecosystem quite well. So, or they used to. Let's hope they still do. And hopefully they can bring the whole gaming division around and say, hey, you can play these on PC. You can play this on your console still. We'll still have consoles coming out. We'll still do the console thing, but you'll be able to play them on this portable device, take it wherever you go. It's a more premium thing, but hey, you guys want to play on the go? You want to play with awesome graphics and stuff and play every game? There you go. Here's your setup. And then you can play on all the other devices that we say Xbox Play Anywhere, like Switches and stuff like that. So they're doing a lot. They're trying to do a lot to try to get a lot of people to play their games and other people's games on their systems. And I am interested in this. The biggest thing I like about this the Xbox ROG Ally X, because I'm going to get the X. I love the hand. I love the controller look to it. I love how it looks like an Xbox controller. You can see it behind me in the video, but you see a controller here. I love the controller handles that they put in there. It's not the look of like my ROG Ally, which is not bad. It's nice. It's sometimes it's when you're holding this for a long time and you're playing games on it, you do get that palm wear on it because it's like it's just big rectangular thing. They did try to make it form to your hand, which is okay, but the new unique design and having like the Xbox controller spread out on this ROG Ally X or Xbox ROG Ally, that's going to do so much more for gaming, for holding it for longer periods of time, being able to hold it and stuff and feel the rumble if you want to do a rumble, the force feedback triggers. And I don't know if they were saying that the analog sticks are going to be anything special or not, but hopefully I haven't had any stick drift on my ROG Ally either, if anybody was wondering, since I had that for, was it now, 3 years? And I've been playing it a lot. I'm telling you, I played this thing a lot. And the analog sticks are still perfect. I haven't had any stick drift or anything on them, so I never had a problem with that. So maybe these won't have a problem. And of course, it's going to have 120 hertz refresh rate on the screen. It's going to go 1080p they're trying to do. And like I always say, I don't care about the power. I don't care about the battery life because I'm going to mostly plug that sucker into a USB-C slot anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But they can do that. And of course, they're going to have a thing with, I guess, Thunderbolt or something they said, so you can plug it into a GPU if you want to play externally and a 4K resolution and all in your games. But who's going to do that? How many people do that? I don't do that. But yeah, I cannot wait. It's supposed to come out maybe in October. Maybe prices at $5.99 and $6.99 or $7.99. I think $6.99. Like $5.99, $6.99. That's my prediction. $5.99, $6.99 October. Those are my predictions for the Xbox ROG Allies. And let's see if that's what they are. Let's see how much time do I got left. I got 20 minutes left. Okay. I think I could get most of this done in 20 minutes. Outer Worlds 2, they showed that after the Xbox Games Showcase, which you can watch and you can listen via my podcast on the last podcast, my last GamezAttack podcast, episode 60, which was the Xbox Showcase, the Xbox Game Fest Showcase 2025. You can watch all that and listen to the Outer Worlds 2 stuff as well. But I was watching it. Me, like many others, which also have said when they were talking about this game, the Outer Worlds 2, most of us fell off of the original Outer Worlds game because it just got too lengthy, got too much. It just was just too much for the Outer Worlds. So a lot of people just like me fell off of it. I'm sad that I fell off of it, but it was, like I said, it was just overwhelming. And I'm not sad because now I know that more than just me fell off of the Outer Worlds 2. So I'm looking forward to the Outer Worlds 2, fell off the Outer Worlds, sorry. But looking towards this Outer Worlds 2, which is coming out soon. When's this coming out? When's this coming out? Does it say on here, this article? Why doesn't this article say when it comes out? It's supposed to come out soon. Let's just say that. It's coming out soon. When I play it on Game Pass, when I play it again, I'm going to give this a really good try, good effort to play The Outer Worlds 2. It looks interesting. It's more of what we like of The Outer Worlds. And for those of you that are going to be buying this game, it's going to be $80. It's going to be Xbox's first $80 game going forward, apparently. And if you like that or not, well, that's what they're doing with their first-party games, is making them jump from $70 to $80 to make extra money, and you could just get Game Pass and not have to pay $80. Just saying. And then who knows? I bet you other studios will follow suit and make all their games $80, and then not only do we do a double digits jump already again when we just went to $70 and now everybody wants $80, gaming's getting way too expensive. And like I said, if all these other people start making $80 games, you're going to see me and a lot of others going, I'll wait till sales. I'll wait till all these games drop because nobody's buying them. Because there's only so much you could go. It ain't like yesteryear when in the early days when games were $80 because they were on cartridges and stuff, that expensive cartridges and stuff. Now they're on discs, or even if they're not on discs, they're digitally downloading these things, which cost nothing to do. And sure, it's because these productions are getting too big and too bloated, and they're costing too much to make these games, and they got to stop doing that. But will they ever stop doing that? Who knows? But that's the reason why. But I'm still looking forward to The Outer Worlds 2. $80 for you guys? That's a little pricey. But you know what? You know what ain't as pricey as $80? Well, this other game's only going to be $70. So you guys can all go, whoo, okay, this publisher's only making this game $70. And that's going to be Borderlands 4 for the standard edition. After all this stupid, I guess, backlash against Randy Pitchford and Take-Two and stuff, because people are wondering, what is it going to be costing for Borderlands 4? Oh, what's it going to be? And Randy Pitchford would say, well, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. Which, he ain't wrong. He isn't wrong. If you really, really want the game, you'll find a way to make $70. After all, $70 is a lot of money, but you think about it, if you got a decent job, you could save up $70. You know, put $20 away every week. You got yourself a good, easy $70 in no time, you know? That's just me saying that. And I do that too, but I also get tons of gift cards from people, and I do the Microsoft Rewards thing so I can save extra money on my games. But for those of you that don't do all that extra hoopla, craziness stuff, of course you're going to be paying for your games and such. But, yeah, Take-Two just announced that, has confirmed as pre-orders have gone live that Borderlands 4 Standard Edition is at $70. So there you go, guys, go. You can get them for $69.99, $70. It'll be available on the PlayStation, Xbox, PC, through Steam and Epic Games Store. The Deluxe Edition, which is going to cost more, why did they got these in different prices? They got it in euros here. They got $89.99 for the Deluxe Edition in euros here. So probably $89.99 in dollars or 99 or whatever. And then for the Super Deluxe Edition for Borderlands 4, they got a $120 edition for consoles and PC. So, yeah. I don't know. I gotta play more Borderlands 3. That's what I gotta do. I gotta get back into playing Borderlands 3 again. I like Borderlands 3. I never beat it. I got it for PC, for Game Pass for PC. I want to play it on my ROG Ally maybe, but we'll see. I don't know. Borderlands 4 is coming at a weird time when all these other games are out, and it'll eventually get cheap. You know, Borderlands will get cheap, so I'm not too worried about the $70 price tag on Borderlands 4, but it'll get cheap. It'll get cheap. I'm interested in Borderlands 4. I like Borderlands. Borderlands are great games. I played all the Borderlands games. Never finished any of them. Maybe I finished the first one. I don't know. I got pretty far into all of them. Never finished one, I don't think. This is just been some more game. This is the Gamez news. I should have put that down. I didn't do this. I didn't do this music. I forgot the music. As I drink some water. Boy, my throat. It's definitely too much cool air going in my throat, folks. It's not me talking. It's too much fanage. Ooh, it's cold in here. And the air conditioning is going on for some reason. Must be warm in the other parts of the house. Not bad in the summertime when you complain about my office being cold when I got a big, huge computer running in the background there. Not that I'm running any intensive games or programs right now, but when it's cold in my office, you know it's cold in my house. Holy cow. Brrr. I don't know why. I got it on 75. I think I bumped it back up to 75, right? From my air conditioning? Hold on, I know I'm... Yeah, no, I got it on 75. Why is it... Guess the temperature went up in the rest of the house. I don't know. Anyway, in Gamez news, which I forgot to put up there, but that's okay. Terminator 2 retro game. So this is the Terminator 2 retro game. What is it called? Terminator 2D No Fate is coming out pretty soon, September 5th this year, 2025. On basically everything. You can get it for your Xbox, Series X and S. I think the Xbox Windows Store, because it shows Xbox S and S, and then it shows another, Xbox One. It shows Xbox One. I wonder if I can get this on PC, because it shows PlayStation, PlayStation 4, and Switch. But I'm not seeing a PC thing here, which is weird, because usually this stuff will definitely come out on PC as well, because you would think this would be a definite PC game. I am very, very interested in this game, and I was just watching a little documentary that they did, a nice little 8-minute docu thing on IGN, which is why Terminator 2 retro game in 2025 needed to be made. And there is a good reason why it needed to be made, because it is going to be a great game. And no, I'm not seeing it. It's not showing up on my Windows Store here. Unless the Windows Store is not booting up fast enough. Let's see here. We got Terminator for Mortal Kombat. And that's about it. Nothing for that. How about the Xbox Store? Let's see the Xbox Store. Xbox Store, Xbox.com. Because sometimes if you go to Xbox.com and not just your Xbox Store, sometimes you can find stuff better and faster. Let's see here. We got Terminator 2D, No Fate. Here we go. View game. Okay, X and S. I'm not seeing it for PC. So this is coming out for Xbox S and S. Why not PC? That's weird. That's weird to me. Huh. I'm going to be interested in playing this 2D game, side-scrolling game, but why not on PC? I don't know. I'm looking this up. I'm looking this up on Steam, too. I got Steam open here with Felt That Boxing. Yes, Felt That Boxing is on there. Let's see, is anything going to come up? Oh, there we go. 2D No Fate. They have it on the store on this. They do have it up on the store on the Steam page here. So it is it's going to be available, but that's weird. They don't even have a price. They got a page though. They got a page. So IGN, you're wrong about where it's coming out on. You forgot PC Steam, but it is coming out on Steam as well, or it should be because it says. But it's not showing me any way to purchase it or pre-order it. But it will be available. I got it on my Steam wish list. Because if I'm going to buy this game, I'm going to definitely buy it on Xbox, but I would like to also have this on the go, unless if Microsoft gets somewhere to play this on the PC on the go. But they were just talking about this. They did a mini little docu thing here for 8 minutes. You might want to go check out IGN.com for that. I know I usually don't promote people like that, but it's pretty cool, and it's going to be a fun game. I'm really excited about that game. I'm really excited about what it's going to...
What are we doing?
What it's going to show. And, yeah, definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. And I'm just opening up some more things here. Okay, got that open, got that open, got that open. Oh, yeah, this one. This one. So Gears of War Reloaded skips PlayStation 5 release in Japan due to platform policies. Really? Really? So in Japan, for the PS5, they can't put Gears of War Reloaded on there due to platform policies. So Microsoft has announced via XboxLive Japan that the remaster of its first Gears of War game, Gears of War Reloaded, will not get a Japanese PS5 release. However, the title will still come to Xbox Series X and S and PC, Game Pass and PC via Steam in Japan this August. Weird. According to Microsoft, Gears of War Reloaded, due out August 26, 2025, will not be sold for the PS5 in the country due to the regional rating restrictions and platform policies. The regional rating restrictions explanation refers to the classification standards laid out by CERO, Japan's game rating board. But yet, you see more violent games on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox and everything else from everybody else. This is probably the most mild violent game out there now for Gears of War, because you're just a bunch of big buff dudes with chainsaw guns killing a bunch of grub monsters. You're not killing women and children or anything. This is the most basic standard shooter, I had to say it, basic standard shooter game that's been out since the beginning of time, a long time ago. Why would this be something? And then I don't get it. I don't get why Japan, out of anybody out there, would have any problems with this, especially for passing it in their cert, because they're so big on putting out tons of hentai and Japanese, all sorts of kinky stuff. You got panties and frickin' vending machines, of course, over there. So why would this little thing be anything bad when you got more violent games coming out on the PS5 Japan and everything else, like Yakuza games and all that? Why would this be restricted? It's good publicity for Microsoft and or Xbox and Microsoft and the Gears of War franchise, because it's like, oh, this is the game that's so highly violent and stuff and gore that shit, we can't even put on the PlayStation 5 in Japan. Shit. Oh boy. Hey, Marcus. Hey, Dom. Yeah, we're so badass we can't even get on the PlayStation 5. Holy shit. Motherfuckers. Japan, I thought you were big into that shit. But I guess you guys are a bunch of little pussies, eh? That's my Marcus Phoenix and Dom impressions. Thank you very much. I probably just killed my voice there. But really, although it's not been officially announced exactly what aspect of Gears of War Reloaded failed to pass the board, it is highly likely that the violence and gore was the issue. Even though it's the most tame of any game that ever came out. What other games they got? Final Fantasy that has so much sex and blood and gore and shit like that, and they got these games that come out of Japan and are made in Japan that are on Japanese consoles that are so bad for you to even, oh my god, like this, it's considered like pornography and all that shit, that this little thing would be a big issue for them. I'd be going back and going, okay, let's try this again, guys. What's going on here? The Gears of War series features chainsaw weapons that allow you to bloodily slice your way through enemies. Mutilation body cutting is one of the categories of violent expression highlighted in Zero's official website. The ratings board has historically had a strict approach towards the depictions of limb severance. Really? Even though there's all these other games that do it. Now, note, they didn't mention that the Callisto Protocol and 2023 Dead Space Remake are two examples of games that were banned on consoles in Japan due to this. Because of a little chainsaw. Even though the chainsaw cutting of these things in Gears of War is very mild, that is weird that they're focusing on body limb detachments is a bad. When you got all the other violence, rape, sex, hentai, all this other probably more bad shit going on in games in Japan that come out, and they chose this to be the one thing? Okay. So why is it coming out to other platforms of Japan, but not PlayStation 5? If a game is refused zero classification, developers can either make suggested cuts and apply for re-rating from zero, or they can try to obtain a classification from the IARC, International Age Rating Coalition. Oh, that coalition. Instead, however, all games with 18 plus content in Japan must pass Zero's board in order to be sold on the PlayStation Store. Really? This is likely the platform policies that the announcement refers to. The Japanese Microsoft Store page for Gears of War Reloaded shows an IARC 18 plus rating with no Zero certificate listed. This suggests that Microsoft decided to go with IARC after the title failed to obtain a Zero Z 18 plus classification. The original 360 version of Gears of War had its violence censored in Japan, with the severed limbs being blacked out at the time of writing. It is not known whether Gears of War Reloaded will be censored to Japan or not. And I only got 40 seconds here, but I'm going to continue to go a little bit longer. So I'm just going to close this out of the timer here because, like I said, I'm going over my little time limit here a little bit. But that's okay because we're almost done. We're just going to get through a few more news stories here and talk a little talk, and we'll be done with this podcast already. But that's crazy. I didn't know that it was censored in Japan. So if I got a Japanese copy of Gears of War, I would be watching like it all go black for the limbs and stuff. And that was back on the 360. That was a long time ago. That is weird. Japan, you're so fucking weird. I love you guys, but you're so weird. You'll have panties and crotch shots and stuff like that. I know they do blur out and fuzz out some of that stuff, but you allow all that really grotesque hentai shit, but this is no? Wow. I wonder what other people would say about this on this issue. Yeah, see, a lot of people are saying the same thing. So Japanese hentai is allowed, but Gears of War violence is blocked. Okay, for Japanese hentai viewers to watch dripping wet tentacles going into places we never thought was possible, but it's bad when an iconic video game like Gears gets restricted due to violence and gore. I'm not necessarily a fan of censorship, but I do recognize it's a bit of a necessity for modern society in the world where you can have access to everything. I get a good laugh at how ass backwards I feel like we are in the US, though. Games are ridiculous gore fests of violence and chaos, and everyone's, let's see here, anything sexual, and oh God, won't somebody please think of the children? Okay, that's funny. Anything else here? Yeah, but Resident Evil, a lot of people say Resident Evil. Japan, it's okay when a Japanese company does it, yes. So that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of Japanese companies get away with this shit. DMC, Bayonetta, Ninja Gaiden, GTA. I'm surprised GTA gets... Well, they don't got delimbing. That is true. But, yeah, it's very interesting on how this, which I would call very, very tame violence nowadays from what what we're used to today. This Gears of War would be considered too extreme for Japan. I just love that. Oh, that must mean Australia will definitely never have Gears of War. Because if Japan doesn't want Gears of War or doesn't want to, cert Gears of War, I'm betting my top dollar that frickin' Australia is going to have their no-nos to that. I can see it now. Yeah. Oh, Gears of War. I got a code for it. I got to put that in and see if the new game is going to... I'm pretty sure it's going to give me new achievos for the game. There was a weekend weekend demo for the multiplayer, but I didn't get into it. I didn't play it. I didn't feel like doing the online. I'll play it when it comes out. But Gears of War, if it does have new achievements, I will try to play some Gears of War online again, because I used to play a lot of Gears of War online, the original Gears of War online, and had a blast. I might want to try to do that again. We'll see. And I want to try to do it on PC, because every time I try to play one of these games online on PC, for some damn reason, I never can find anybody to play it with me. It's weird. But I go to the Xbox, I can find people. I thought everything was connected by now. I don't know. So I was talking about also Silent Hill F before and how it was interesting. So this story states Silent Hill F combat has a heavier focus on melee and is more action-oriented than Silent Hill 2's remakes. Than Silent Hill 2 remakes. So this is what's really getting me over with this Silent Hill F, is because it's basically you get to beat up things, melee. It's more action-oriented. It's not just puzzles and slow motion stuff, stuff that just turns me off about what they do in some horror games. So it says here in the article, for some, the emphasis on combat encounters may be surprising, as Silent Hill is a series that has tended to focus on environmental storytelling and psychological horror over combat. However, this latest trailer, the first we've seen to offer a meaningful glimpse at gameplay and combat, coupled with new interviews with producer Mote Okamoto, suggest our protagonist may have to endure more physical experiences. And this game has passed the Japanese certification ratings board. Just saying. The game features unique combat. Okamoto stated in the blog that the encounters are more challenging as the obstacles that Hinako must overcome in life. The combat will have a heavier focus on melee and be more action-oriented compared to the last year's Silent Hill 2. The last sentence surprises us, as Silent Hill 2 remake itself involved significantly more combat than the original game, or indeed any other game in the series, bar perhaps Silent Hill Homecoming. Never played Silent Hill 2 remake or Silent Hill Homecoming. Okamoto said that tougher combat with visuals and music's juxtaposition between beauty and terror, along with the terrible beauty of the game's monster design, makes for a terrifying adventure. Even puzzles are apparently grounded in psychological anguish and suffering. Cool. So, Saw? We're going to get some Saw-like things going on here. So, like I said, I'm really interested to see what Silent Hill F has to offer, because it looks great. It looks something different than, what other games are like, and especially for the Silent Hill series, because like I said, I've never been into the Silent Hill games. Maybe Silent Hill 4 The Room I played. That was the one I think was when I was stuck in the room and went with the toilet and all that. But I just felt like there was a connection this time, and I'm like, if I can feel like a little bit of a connection with Silent Hill F, maybe I'll try to play Silent Hill F. Maybe it'll eventually come on Game Pass or something if I don't get it right away. Never know. Now, this next game here, I am really big into because I love my Marvel games. I love my Marvel fighting games and 4v4 stuff and all that. Beat 'em up, side-scrolling. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon characters revealed in the trailer. So basically, She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon, the two new characters added to the roster in this reveal trail for Marvel Cosmic Invasion, the side-scrolling beat 'em up from .emu and Tribute Games, fight against the deadly annihilation wave threatening the galaxy from New York City to the depths of Negative Zone. The future of the Marvel Universe will be fought across the stars. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is coming to Xbox Series consoles. Well, it says Xbox Series X, not S, for some reason. PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4 and 5. I'm sure it's coming out for the Series S. Maybe they made a typo there, because I'm sure you'll be able to play this on the Series S. Switch 2. It looked good. It looked really good. I was very amazed by this this side-scrolling type of game, and seeing She-Hulk and Rocket Raccoon in all their glory. She-Hulk looks really badass in this, and Rocket Raccoon looks really badass in this, and it looks like any of those side-scrolling beat-em-ups, and looks really fun, and I can't wait to play it when it comes out. I already talked about Mixtape many times over. When they showed it off, it just looks better and better all the time. Now, note, they do have a streaming version of this. When you play the game, you can, when I'm playing on a stream, but then they have the actual songs if you want to play not on the stream. But the whole thing is, if you're going to play this game and you're going to stream it, you want to listen to the original music and stuff. But I understand when they say, oh, this game you can only stream with the streaming mode, kind of stuff. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll try to do some of the streaming with the original music and then go to streaming mode. I don't know. But Mixtape looks really good. I'm really excited about it. It is coming out this year for Series X and S, PC, etc., etc. Got nothing more to talk about that. I just wanted to mention they showed the trailer, a new trailer for it during the Xbox Games conference. And I was intrigued. I was very much intrigued. Let's see here. Anything else that I have here? Ninja Gaiden Ragebound official release date trailer. They were talking about this. Ragebound it's a brand new side-scrolling entry in the Ninja Gaiden series from the team behind Blasphemous. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound redefines the classic platformer saga in a spectacular, thrilling, and challenging ninja adventure. Arrives July 31st, 2025 for Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC. So you got that. Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, Cyberpunk 2, which is what it's officially being called right now. Cyberpunk 2 enters pre-production, and yes, CD Projekt is officially calling it Cyberpunk 2 now. So, yeah, it's in pre-production. they're starting to work on it because they're rolling down on The Witcher, I guess. The Witcher 4 is in full production, I guess they said. So Cyberpunk 2077 has sold over 10 million copies already, they said. So it's going to be a while. It's still going to be, because it's pre-production, it's going to be at least 6 to 7 years away, at least, for this game. So it's not going to come out anytime soon, because they got to get into production first. So it's still going to be a little ways away before we see Cyberpunk 2 come out. But also there's another surprise, which I didn't hear nothing yet about, so this is still like semi-rumored. But Cyberpunk 2077 is getting another surprise final patch. And I guess they said they're cooking up a special secret for this final patch for Cyberpunk 2077. So be on the lookout for that. But it's in patch 2.3. So look out for that. Of course, we saw the Persona 4 remake. I don't know about that. I want to see some gameplay and see more about it. It looked, when I seen for the initial him running around gameplay, it looked exactly like Persona 4 Golden that I've been playing, that I can play on my ROG Ally right now. So I'm not really excited about it, but we'll see. Anything else here? I already talked about Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Oh yeah, how about that whole Switch 2 thing with the customers where GameStop's, or a GameStop, I should say. What was it? Which GameStop was it? It was at a certain GameStop. Oh, GameStop in New York, where they were rushing because they had so many pre-orders and they had so many, Switch 2s to give out to people and sell to people or whatnot, that they were stapling the receipts to the boxes, the Switch 2 boxes, which also unfortunately are made like shit because they didn't have on the boxes, they didn't have I guess the screen is right up against the top of the box for your Switch 2s in the box instead of in like a carton or some bubble plastic foam or anything over it or whatnot. So when they were stapling the receipts to the boxes, it was puncturing and damaging Switch 2 screens. And ouch, that's gotta hurt for GameStop. And yes, they had to try to get like lots of people through the doors and stuff, but wow. But they did replace everybody's Switch 2s consoles that they sourced by nearby stores and stuff. So they made it right. But still, now all those Switch 2s, what's happening with those broken Switch 2s? Are they going to take them back to Nintendo? Or are they going to get them resurfaced? Are they going to remake those screens? They're probably going to take out the screen because all the hardware in the Switch 2 and those non-used Switch 2s got to be perfect. So they're probably like, we'll just replace the screens and stuff. That's got to be so horrible. You come home and you go open up your Switch 2 box and you're like, it's a staple through it. See, if I was one of those smarter people, if I was at a GameStop and I actually pre-ordered a Switch 2 and I went to a GameStop and I got mine and I noticed they stapled my receipt to the front of my box of my Switch 2 and not like the side or something of it, I would definitely open it like right there in store or by the store and I'd be like checking it out because I'd be like, okay, did they just fucking break my Switch 2? I would be right there being like, wait a second, why'd you staple that right to the front of that box? Oh, we needed to get through quicker. You know, that's where the screen points. Idiots. Ren and Stimpy, you idiots. But like, kids and people will be kids and people. People aren't smart. But I'd be opening it up right there and then I'd be like, okay, I hope you got a backup copy of this because you just ruined my Switch 2 and its screen. So you basically broke my Switch 2 because you stapled the box to, you stapled my receipt to the front of the box or the Switch 2. But that's also on Nintendo. It's not just all on GameStop, even though they're to blame. It's also on Nintendo for not making the Switch 2 packed better in the box. How do they expect these Switch 2s to be carried? It's, wow. There's all, because this is what one of the people were talking about on social media. It's weird decision by Nintendo to have the screen sit face side up at the very top of the box with only a thin cardboard to protect it. Yeah, that is weird that there's no like protection over that screen, that they just have it right there. What are you doing, Nintendo? What are you doing? Oh. It sounds so horrible. So horrible. So very horrible. But like I said, those customers got their Switch 2s replaced right away, so no big deal. But still, if you ever get a pre-order and you notice there's a staple or something in the front of your box or whatnot, and it's something like a Switch 2 or something like a handheld, and we're not just talking about, a console box, but if you want to still look, you can still do that. But Make sure that you check the contents of that box before leaving, because you never know when your screen might be punctured by the infamous stapler, which they did also. They had a fun with it. I think GameStop, and I think it was mostly GameStop, because I know Nintendo doesn't really make fun of anything, but GameStop, I guess, made a little fun of how they had to confiscate staplers from the employees on that, by doing that stuff, that they did the whole Office Space stapler joke just to make light of the little bit of an issue. So at least they made fun of themselves. So that's good. That's good. Anyways, folks, that is it for the games news. That is it for this podcast. I hope the podcast wasn't too much for you. It was a lot of information. It was a lot of me talking. My throat just really, it's kind of hurty now because of all this cold air coming towards me. I'm going to enjoy my day. Well, I got to mow some grass, do some work outside, but then I'm going to come back in. I want to work out too today. I'll see. We'll see how that goes. I've been promising myself that. But gonna play some games tonight, have some fun. Maybe do a Let's Play or two tonight. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I hope this podcast was good. I did go over my 1 hour and 48 minute mark. We're at, and I'm not counting all the beginning or anything, but it says 2 hours and 7 minutes, which doesn't seem that long to me. But anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. This has been a great podcast. And like I said, I will be doing these every week. So you'll be unfortunately getting to hear me podcast every week. Every Monday will be a new podcast. Hopefully, if everything goes right, fingers crossed, I will drop one of these podcasts off for you guys. And yep, this has been the GamezAttack podcast, episode 61, the Summer Game Fest 2025 Aftermath. Lots going on. I'm on my vacation now, so I'm trying to chillax more. So I'm still doing minor things around the house. Like I said, still a little bit of cleaning here and there. I'm going to do some yard work, like I said, mow the grass, going to do a little bit of outside painting. But otherwise, I'm going to just chill, relax, play games, eat food, play games, stuff like that, watch movies. So that's the bare bone of it. So, hey, I'm out of here, folks. So until next time, oh shit, am I not on my podcast thing? Let's see here. Hold on. I'm not on my podcast thing? Why am I not on my podcast thing? Why am I not on my podcast? Oh, I am on my podcast thing. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. See, this is where I need to go, folks. My brain has gone elsewhere. So, till next time, folks, this is Mr. Mike saying visit my YouTube page at youtube.com/OldFreakyGamer-2023, or you could go to OldFreakyGamer.com. I do my Friday night streams at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the GameOn live stream, which I am still playing Doom the Dark Ages, which like I said, I might be finishing up this Friday. I will have a Let's Play this Wednesday. I do not know what yet, but I got some ideas. But I'm going to record a few of them, hopefully this week at the bank. And yeah, so everybody, game on, game hard, World Conquest. I'm Mr. Mike. I'm pushing this game button. And this show is now game over. I'm going to get out of here. I got stuff to do. And I might want to eat lunch because it's already past lunchtime. And my throat hurts. So, everybody, goodbye.
I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up. It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just get me up. Don't be scared.
ファミリーコンピュータ